Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is Engineer Masood Akhtar Kiani, and today we have the technical session number 880. Our subject is soil stabilization. So, before going ahead, I would like to request you to press the bell icon and subscribe, like it, share it in order to reach the next video with easy access. So, soil stabilization is a process of which soil physical properties transfer to provide long-term permanent strength again. The weaker soil is if it is contamination with the corrosive soil, and also it is the contamination of the chemical uh, things are there, and it is the very weak soil. Then the stabilization is required. So we will discuss about the stabilization, how the stabilization is take place. Stabilization is accomplished by increasing the shear strength and overall bearing capacity of the soil. So this is the main character, that shear strength and the bearing capacity of soil should be increased, and the density as well as the density will be increased. Density is the weight by volume. This is the weight of the soil is increased if it is corrosive or small soil. So, soil stabilization is a method defined as a method altering of or modifying soil properties to improve the engineering characteristic and performance of the soil. Due to the stabilization process, the soil uh, will change its properties, and the engineering properties and the performance of soil as well as the chemical properties and the nature of the soil, it will be changed. So soil stabilization method include the mixing of soil, special soil, cementing material or other chemical materials that are added to soil to improve one or more properties. There is a question: what is the soil stabilization and its method? Soil stabilization involves the alternation of one or more soil collectively using techniques modification to change the physical and the mechanical properties of the soil. A specific appliance through the controlled modified soil texture, plasticity, structure, and the durability. Why the soil stabilization is important? The soil stabilization process ensures the soil uh, is stable to reducing the permeability and the increasing the overall the strength. The test results is a strong soil, the enhanced bearing capacity. Uh, the strong side should have the good bearing capacity, and then the recommendation of the foundation or very typical heavy structure should be designed. Also called the soil stabilization uh, uh, process, making the temporary black and the white prints using the special sensitized soil stabilization process, which can be rapidly proceed through one or more solution that quickly develop, and the stabilization have the permanent image. There are three types of the soil stabilization. There are more, but commonly we discuss the three which are the most important. These are the biological, then the physical, and the chemical. Biological, this is also adding some additives and change the nature of the soil. Physical, adding and contamination, some like the corrosive soil adds the 5 or black sand, or it is to increase is the density. This is also a one treatment. And the chemical also, it will change the soil properties also, because there is a like sand fix and the soil creeks. There are two materials. There are more, but some I just give the example. So these two materials, this is mix in the soil with certain, according to the technical data, there is a process is given like how to contaminate the soil and how to treat the soil. So the oldest type of soil stabilization are the mechanical soil, which are the factor affecting the soil stabilization. The major factor affecting cement stabilized soil includes the compaction percentage of cement, degree of compaction achieved uh, in the curing of the temperature and etc. The strength of the cement SSBS increase the cement content, density, curing, and the curing temperature. The methods give the stabilization. Cement is the very oldest and the most uh, versatile binder that used in the soil stabilization. It is the regards as a particular effects and generally rapidly treated. But the requirements, what are the requirements on what requirements soil should be stabilized? Because if it is using as a subgrade, soil is available there and we cannot throw this soil outside to the municipal area or somewhere it is, we can use. This is treated by the contamination of the other soils. Other soils, it is if it is the subgrade or backfilling or something, black sand can be added or the silt can be added, and it will change the properties of the soil. So cement, as we said, it is very oldest method of the soil, and it has a specific chemical composition, and the soil definitely changes the properties. So what are the effects on the method of the soil stabilization? Advertise of the different soil stabilize and effect on the business and the quality of the soil and the study of the soil, and these are the things. So that increase the stability, change properties like density, swelling, changing in the properties of the. So soil stabilization method, there is a mechanical method also, which is by the pillar. It can be pillar from jetting, boring from somewhere and put the some uh, stone pillars also. Uh, that is also one procedure. Then the mechanical vibration also putting, that is also stabilization, lime stabilization, cement stabilization, chemical stabilization, fly ash stabilization, uh, rice hooks ash stabilization, bitumen also it is a part of the stabilization, thermal stabilization, electrical stabilization, and stabilization by geotextile and the fabrics also. So these are the 11 factors, and the 11th one is the recycled waste of the soil. This is the also stabilization. As I said before, the sand fix and the soil create two chemicals, or as a technical data sheet. According to the technical data sheet, we can mix this proper ratio, and also procedure of the soil is can be fixed. So some, according to the site condition, if the strata is very weak and already the some utilities are laid down, and this utility like the RC pipe or some heavy pipes is there below the 40 meter to 50 meter or whatever it is deep, and that will condition the soil is very weak. Maybe in future the settlement and the deflection will take place due to the internal friction moving. So according to that situation, we can put the tubes on both sides of the utilities, put some chemical also. That chemical extract the water and like the slurry. It is not the cement slurry, but it is some cementitious material plus some slurry plus chemicals also. And this is the just injecting to the all the areas and then that area also reduce the water also, as the soil around the utilities are it is strong, and the utilities like the pipes and the heavy pipes, it cannot be moved or it cannot be deflected. So these are the main purpose for the soil stabilization. So this was the briefing about the soil stabilization, and our next session is treatment and determined treatment, which is also related to the soil stabilization, and we will discuss further that one. Thank you very much for this timing, and we will see each other in next video with another subject. So hopefully, if you have some question, or you can also raise this, because some of our friends also suggestion, and they have the comments, and we will uh, discuss their comments in the next coming programs. Thank you very much, and have a nice day.